Every house has corners no one looks into. Every house has corners no one ever looks into. We lived in one of those houses. Simple. Bright. With an open kitchen, wooden floors, and wide windows where the morning sun poured in like it was straight out of a movie. I worked from home, code, servers, projects. She was a stylist in a studio. She loved people. Loved herself when she was around them. Loved me too, or so I thought. Our mornings were ritual. She'd walk in wearing a robe, holding coffee. I'd sit there in last year's sweatpants, trying to come back to life. "What do you want for dinner?" she'd ask, casually. "Anything but broccoli." "Then broccoli it is," she'd smirk. I'd laugh. It wasn't anything grand. But it was happiness. Routine, that quiet kind of love that survives the fireworks. We rarely argued. She was reserved. I was quiet. But something had shifted in her, little by little, then painfully. She began staying out later after work. No explanation. No apology. Just. A client showed up late. There was a meeting. I just wanted to hang out with the team for a bit. Then she'd come home and just sit, staring at the wall, her phone, the void. "Everything okay?" I'd ask. "Yeah. Just tired." "Did something happen?" "No, nothing." "I don't know." The silence became sharp, not like an embrace, but like a clenched fist. Then one evening, after dinner, she said it. "I feel like I'm suffocating." "What do you mean?" I put my fork down. "I don't know. It's not about you. Everything just feels heavy. Like I always have to be someone. Loving. Kind. Fun. And inside. I'm empty." I didn't respond. It didn't sound like blame. It sounded like a departure wrapped in therapeutic language. I stayed silent. Because I didn't want to break what maybe, just maybe, could still be saved. The days that followed, she barely touched me. No hugs. No kisses. No intimacy. I tried. She turned away. "Not now. My mind's not here. Just, give me time. You're making it complicated." So I stopped trying. Started counting her breaths. Her movements. Her words. What was once familiar became foreign, inside a familiar body. She started reading books like Listen to Yourself and A Life Without Compromise. Listening to podcasts by women who found themselves after 10 years of marriage. Then it happened. One evening, I was setting the table when she sat across from me, calm, steady, prepared. "I need some space," she said. Space? Not physically. Just, to be separate. A little. To hear myself. I froze. "You mean, you want to break up?" "No. No, she said quickly. "I love you. I do. I just need to rest. To be without expectations. Without the role. Without the us." I tried to smile. "You mean, without me?" She said nothing. And that silence was the answer. "It's not forever," she added. "A few weeks. Maybe a month. And if I don't want that?" She looked down. "It's not about permission. It's a decision. Mine. I've already made it." I didn't say anything. Not because I had nothing to say, but because any words would have shattered me completely. I went to the bedroom. Laid down. Stared at the ceiling. She packed her things. Not all of them. Just some. She left behind her toothbrush. Her favorite slippers. And a part of her heart, lodged in the hollow of mine. She left the next morning. A small bag, a few clothes, laptop, headphones. Said she was staying with her friend. "Jessica loves you," she said. "She understands. I just need time, to find balance." Balance. That word people use when they want to leave without calling it escape. I stood by the door. Didn't hold her. Didn't beg. Because something in me was already dying. Not love. Trust. For the first 2 days, I did what pride told me to. Didn't text. Didn't call. Watched TV. Pretended life went on. Cooked dinner for one. Left the second chair empty, symbolic. But every night when I lay down, something felt wrong. On the third day, I saw it. Instagram story. A wine glass. A window view. A city I didn't recognize. I knew what Jessica's apartment looked like. We'd been there. That was not it. There was a balcony. A brick wall across the way. Jessica didn't have that. Maybe a different room, I told myself. Or a friend's place. Then the next story. Same glass. Different angle. A mirror reflection, of a man's hand. Just a second. I paused the video. Zoomed in. Masculine hand. Dark hair. Watch, not mine. This wasn't space. This was foreign territory, with another flag. I didn't yell. Didn't message her. I started looking. Checked her Google location history. She had left family sharing on. Last ping, a hotel. Wellington Suites. 3 stars. Different neighborhood. Different city. I went to the hotel's site. Checked photos of the rooms. Same balcony. Same brick wall. Jessica, huh? I called Jessica. Hey, are you home? Yeah. Is Laura with you? Pause. Yes, but she just stepped out. To where? The store. She'll be back soon. I didn't laugh. Didn't confront. Just felt another brick inside me collapse. I created a fake account. Messaged her, nice view. Wellington Suites. She saw it, and deleted the stories. Too late. I checked her old Twitter account. Inactive but still up. Followed a few random men. One stood out, AlexW_media. I clicked. Content creator. Divorced. Motivational quotes. Jacuzzi selfies. And a photo at the same restaurant we celebrated our anniversary. In the comments, her fire looks amazing. Delicious as always. This wasn't just betrayal. This was replacement. She pulled me out of the frame, and slotted someone else in. I found out where he lived. By the lake. In the apartment we once dreamed of renting. More photos. Together, but he wasn't tagged. Shared locations. Overlapping dates. Her space had the shape of his body. His hands. I didn't explode. I didn't scream. I just stopped waiting. For days, I thought she'd come back. Take her keys. Walk in and say, I missed you. I felt lost. I'm sorry. But now, I didn't want to see her. Didn't care if she was breathing. Because she no longer existed to me. Only her scent remained. On the pillow. Her voice. In the void. But not her. I sat in the kitchen. Dark. A cigarette glowing. And one thought in my mind. I won't win you back. I will erase you. Fully. Calmly. So you won't even get the chance to say sorry. I used to think the scariest thing was yelling. Shouting. Slamming plates. Screaming matches in the kitchen. But the truth? The scariest thing is the cold silence right before the end, when you've already decided, and she's still smiling, thinking nothing's broken. After that night, after gathering all the proof, seeing her in someone else's bed, someone else's arms, someone else's feed. I stopped being her husband. She didn't know it. And that was my advantage. I started with the basics. The house was in my name, her idea. You earn more. It'll be easier, she said. That easier became my sword. Went to a notary. Updated ownership. Closed joint accounts. Changed all passwords, banking, Apple ID, Netflix, even Spotify. Not out of rage. Out of precision. I deleted her like a virus from my digital world. She texted occasionally. I hope you're okay. I'm still not ready to talk, but I'm thinking about everything. Thank you for your understanding. It means a lot. I didn't reply. Because I had more important things to do. Next step, lawyer. I hired the best divorce attorney in the city. The kind women hire when they want to tear their husbands apart. I told him. I don't want to destroy her. I want her gone. For good. We built a case. Screenshots. Dates. Locations. Photos. Chats. Audio clips. He reviewed it silently. Then looked up and asked. Do you want blood, or exile? Exile. But the kind that feels like banishment, not just from my house, but from my life. Then we'll make it beautiful, he said. He crafted the divorce so she'd lose everything, but it looked humane. I kept the house. She had to take her things and agree to part ways, and vanish. I even prepared where she'd go. Because real revenge isn't anger. It's removal, cold, complete, quiet. I rented an apartment in another state. Cheap. Decent. Bare. No memories. No history. Just walls. I wrote a note for the landlord. Signed everything in her name. Left a message. You said you needed space. I gave you 1,000 miles. It's all yours. There will be nothing more. She had no idea. She still thought we'd talk. Still believed there was hope. She messaged me one evening. I was thinking, maybe we could meet. Just to talk. No expectations. That was her last chance. To get an answer. I waited 2 hours. Then replied. Okay. Saturday. Same cafe. 4 p.m. She answered within a minute. Thank you. Really. That was the last time she ever thanked me. I dressed carefully that Saturday. A shirt. Jeans. The watch she once gave me. Not out of sentiment, out of irony. I arrived early. Sat by the window. Ordered a black coffee. No sugar. She showed up at 4:03. Smiled, like she used to. Her eyes, part guilt, part hope. Hey, she said. You look good. I am good, I replied. She sat. Ordered a latte. Looked at me. I've been thinking a lot. And I just wanted to say I was unfair. Pause. I did need space. I won't lie. But now I realize, losing you isn't what I want. I placed a large envelope on the table. This is your stuff. The new apartment. Transfer forms. Contracts. What? It's everything you asked for. Space. You're joking. No. Inside, keys, documents. A new apartment in another state. 3 months rent paid. After that, you're on your own. She went silent. Her eyes blurred. She tried to speak, but I raised my hand. You had a chance to stay. You had the right to leave. But you didn't have the right to lie. Now you have space. Hundreds of miles of it. I didn't mean. It doesn't matter anymore. I stood up. Left money on the table. Looked at her one last time. Don't text. Don't call. Don't remember. You got exactly what you asked for. And I walked out. The cafe looked exactly the same. Window seat. Her fingers tracing the rim of her cup. Eyes searching mine. As if nothing had happened. As if something was still possible. She wore the same coat she used to wear on our good days. Same perfume. Subtle. But now, it stank. Because the scent of a body that's been beneath someone else, never smells the same again. She smiled, sitting down. Hi. Hi. You look better than I expected. Because I'm no longer carrying both of us. Fair. Silence. Soft music played in the background. The barista poured something behind the counter. Just another day, for everyone but her. She broke the silence. I don't know how to start, but... Start with the truth. For once. She looked away. I was lost. I felt like I was losing myself. And found yourself in someone else's underwear. That's not what, it was emotional. I'm not asking. I already know. She stopped. Then, quietly. Were you spying on me? No. I just stopped being blind. I placed the envelope on the table. What is this? Everything you asked for. Pure space. Inside, divorce papers, clean, legal, private. A new apartment, keys inside. Lease paid. List of items you can pick up. I didn't touch your personal things. They're yours. She opened it slowly. Eyes scanning. For a moment, she just blinked, like it couldn't be real. You're serious? Dead serious. I thought, we'd talk. We are talking. This is the final conversation. She gasped for breath, like she was drowning. But I thought. I hoped. I used to think. And hope, too. This was a mistake. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. Do you now? She said nothing. Well, I do. What? I want you out of my life. Completely. Her lips trembled. But we were, 5 years. And you threw them in the trash. Not in anger. Not in a fight. But quietly. Like a thief. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. I didn't think you'd find out. And that's the sickest part. She shook her head. I made a mistake. But I want to fix it. I thought maybe you still. I cut her off. You asked for space. Pause. I gave you 1,000 miles. Her eyes went glassy. No tears. But an internal collapse. This isn't fair. Was cheating fair? I didn't mean for this. What did you mean? That I'd just sit at home, waiting, while you tasted someone else's attention. She covered her face with her hands. Please. Don't beg. This isn't a movie. There's no third act redemption. I grabbed my coat. She watched me stand. You're not leaving me anything. I left you yourself. And that's the harshest punishment there is. I walked to the door. Opened it. If I try to come back, she called out behind me. I turned, one last time. Then just remember, I don't live there anymore. And I shut the door. I don't know how much time passed after that cafe. Weeks? Months? Maybe a year. I stopped counting the days the moment I woke up and didn't remember her name. It was strange. Not emotional. Just, awakening. Like waking from a dream with no images. Just silence. From that moment on, I never wondered how she was doing. Never looked her up. Never checked mutual contacts. Never opened old photos. Never spoke her name to friends. She became an absence. Like a city you once lived in, but now wouldn't recognize on a map. Life became, light. Not joyful. Not inspired. But clean. I wake up at 6. Make coffee. Black. Sit on the balcony. Stare at the sky. Think of nothing. I'm not looking for love. Not because I fear burning again. But because I no longer want to share myself. I've finally learned to enjoy silence. Not as a result of pain. But as a choice. Because in silence, no one cheats. Silence is the only thing that never lies. A few friends stayed. The kind who didn't ask questions. Who just showed up. Sometimes we drink beer. Talk about work, news, laugh a little. But never about her. Because this story has no heroes left. Just me, and my perfect silence. They say time heals. That's a lie. Time doesn't heal. Acceptance does. Acceptance is when you stop wanting it to hurt. And you simply, let it go. I didn't forgive her. Didn't punish her. Didn't judge her. I just refused to share a single thing with her. Not even a memory. They say every story has an ending. No. This one didn't end. It dissolved. Like smoke. Like a shadow. Like her. She's out there somewhere. In the apartment I paid for. In the body I once touched. In a life I no longer reach. I'm not angry. Not sad. I'm just free. And that is the calmest victory I've ever known.